This video will illustrate what the effect a 12-inch wide hinge has on the margin required on the lock style or strike jamb of the door. Right now what I have drawn here is a 3/0 door. It's 35 3/4 net width. It's 1 3/4 wide. It has a 3-degree bevel on either side. It has an inset of typical 3/32 of an inch over here. Okay, so the inside jamb width is 36 inch because I have 1/8 of an inch on either side. Now let's rotate our door around a pivot point that would mimic a 12-inch wide hinge. So we're going to rotate, select our objects, and I happen to already know what my pivot point needs to be because I've done the calculation. Okay, I've done the calculation based on my origin point is what I'm driving at. So here's the door when it's in the closed position, and this point right here is my 6-inch wide pivot point. Okay, now you'll take note that when I rotate it over here, there's no trouble on the hinge side at all. You know, 1/8 of an inch, beveled, not beveled. I mean, it's a good idea to have it beveled, but nothing's affected on the hinge side. But when we get over to the strike jamb, that's when we're going to have trouble. So what we have here is the door in the closed position. As we rotate that open, you can see that we're going to have conflict right there. So we have a problem, and that problem is going to be how much overlay we have happening there, meaning how too wide is the door, or, you know, that bevel that's on the door is 3-degree. Can you correct this by putting a more aggressive bevel on the door? Well, you can mechanically, but you can't from a hardware perspective because your hardware won't be prepped to be compatible with a 6-degree bevel, something of that nature. So the bottom line is, when you're dealing with a 12-inch wide hinge, you're going to need to accommodate the fact that you have a door that's going to need to be made smaller. So be mindful of that. So we'll lock that in there, and we'll run a let's distance this. Let's put a measurement on this. We're going to go from basically here to here. That dimension is 0.05 inch. So it's almost a 1/16 of an inch. So your door is going to have a minimum margin of 3/16 just to clear technically, but you'd really need a 1/4 inch on the strike side for that to work. Okay, so be mindful when you're using a wide hinge like this that you're going to need some extra room to accommodate that very large pivot point. Now, a 10-inch wide hinge won't give you the same trouble. An 8-inch wide hinge won't give you the same trouble either, but be mindful that you'll have to make some sort of accommodation. If you have any questions on this, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.